Everyone, we're live at the Paste Studio in New York right now with Jesca Hoop. Thank you so much for being here. We appreciate it very much.
Yeah, good to be here.
Yeah. This sound check has sounded wonderful, and we are very much looking forward to sharing your music with the internet right now. And all three of the songs you're about to play are from Stone Child, which is out in the world right now on Memphis Industries. And can you tell us what you're going to start out with first?
We're going to start with a song called Shoulder Charge. Shoulder Charge is a rugby move. It's also, I think, a video game move. But I'm using it in the sense that I heard it in a song called Friend of Ours by the band Elbow. Shoulder Charge. I've been going through something quietly, so quietly. Nobody knows my trouble, nobody knows. I dress myself for city streets, these leathers shield my sadness so nobody sees, nobody sees, nobody sees me, nobody sees, nothing, not my skin keeps out from in. I came out of this world, not into this world. I rehearse my hellos, hello, hello, to refine deceit, and head out to meet a friend for coffee, armored in mascara. I hit the street and join the sea of islands, walking the island, all of their stories underneath, in currents of unconscious, driven by deep water, heads above the water, barely above the water. Nothing, not my skin keeps out from in. I came out of this world, not into this world. Nothing knows a finishing where nothing begins. I came out of this world, not into this world, not from outside this world, out of this world, out of this world, out of this world, out of this world. I live as the world. If I told you what's been really going on, surely I'd have lost your love. There was no one I could trust to understand something
Thank you. That sounded outstanding. Can you introduce us, Jesca, please, to who's playing here today?
Sure. On my left is a beautiful, most kindest person you'll ever meet in your life, Karana Payton.
Hey, Karana.
She's from Sonoma County, where I'm from. And on my right, one of the most charming little ones you'll ever meet, Chloe Foy from Manchester, England.
Chloe. Cool. Thank you for being here. And can we talk a little bit about the collaborators who appear on the album on Stone Child, probably starting with Shoulder Charge. We've
Sure.
had the people we're about to talk about next were here not too long ago doing one of these things, and it was a total delight, just like this is a delight. But yeah, tell us who some of the artists were that you worked with on this album.
I'm sure it was a delight. On Shoulder Charge, the guest vocalists are Holly Lasik and Jess Wolf from Lucius. We haven't met. We have friends in common, and through social media, I became aware that there might possibly be a reciprocal admiration for each other. And we had to do it remotely. They were on the road with Roger Waters at the time. So I have a couple clips of them recording their parts in a hotel room somewhere in the world. They were out with him for like a year, so they were somewhere in the world. So yeah, this record was made in a hotel room.
Well,
For those of you who think you can make records in hotel rooms, you can.
Well, I hope you get the chance to cross paths in the real world. They're delightful people and obviously delightful singers as well. Can you talk about the other who else collaborated with you on this record as well?
Sure. Well, my producer was John Parrish, who we know through most recently Aldous Harding, Rokia Traoré. I never know how to pronounce her name. PJ Harvey is the most outstanding in my mind for John Parrish. We recorded the record at J&J Studios in Bristol. There's a gal named Kate Stables who's from This Is the Kit. Do you know that band out of England? And Rosie Plain. They're both singing on a few of the songs. Outside of Eden, which we're going to play today, Kate Stables features on. Rosie Plain chimes in on a few of the numbers that aren't going to come to my dullness of mind right now. Let's see.
Would you like a coffee? I've got a whole pot of coffee if you want, if that does anything.
I can't. My voice is dried out from hotel rooms.
Yeah, I believe in all the radiators. You sound excellent from where I'm sitting. I believe you that your voice is dry because mine is
feels
as well.
very
You
different.
sound outstanding.
It feels different in my body than it sounds in your ears.
Yeah, I believe it.
Thankfully. Yeah. It's rough. It's rough out there. So who else? Let's see. I think those are the primary. The bass player from Portishead does the bass playing.
Nice.
His name is Jim. What else can I tell you?
I think that it's time for more music. There's still 2 songs coming up from Stone Child, and now we know more about the album and who else is on it. Can you tell us what you're going to do second from Stone Child?
Let's do that. Let's see. I'm going to retune my guitar.
Cool.
This song is called All Time Low. I guess I started it when I was thinking about, you know how with Pandora, the old Greek myth in Pandora's box or the jar, they let all of the evils into the world, but they kept hope behind. But hope was cast as one of those evils. And so was it a merciful act, or was it what was it? Why is hope cast amongst all of the evils? That's my question. And my guess is that possibly because it's an instrument of evil or used as such at times. So let me get this thing into tune. This is the squeakiest guitar strap. Can you hear that squeaking?
I bet that the broadcast mix probably cannot. I can't hear it from 12 feet away from you.
I'm always wondering if that's carrying a little bit of squeakiness. That's how you know I'm not a robot. A robot wouldn't squeak.
Well, thank you for doing this on show day. You're going to leave here and then head over to the Mercury Lounge probably immediately after. You're playing with Chloe supporting. So Chloe, you'll play your songs, and then Jesca Hoop playing the early show, I believe. And there's still a number of shows. Right? You've got City Winery in Boston on Saturday night, and then a number of California dates, including the Wiltern in LA on January 19th and the Fox in Oakland on January 20th, which will be awesome. You've been to the Fox before, right? What a beautiful building that is.
Yes, I have. Yeah, that's right. I'm supporting Elbow there. But it's worth noting that tonight's an early show. It's Chloe's on at 7. I'm on at 8. So
It's the best kind of show, so you can actually get to sleep tonight potentially. Maybe if you want. I don't know if you want to do that or not, but you could if you were so inclined.
Well, I do want to sleep. I generally always want to sleep. The only time I don't want to sleep is when I'm on stage playing for people. Just kidding now. But it's an early show. It starts at 8. All right, let's see if this worked. All right. But then really I was learning about the Protestant work ethic. The Protestant work ethic. That's really what got me into writing this tune. Just the number that religion can do on a whole body of people. I have to double check that. Okay. Nothing worse than getting into a song and then finding you're in the wrong tune. Ing. Hope lives with darkness, he sleeps in her bed, and darkness fills tables with desperate friends for the harvest of heartache on which hope depends. How the lost echo, the light at the end is a white paper pinhole loosely pinned to the wall. Down the miles of dark and hall, your seat was set before you fell, and the house you get is how you tell all of your voice for the song of a savior, only to find you're never in favor. Michael on the outside, always looking in, a dog in the fight, but his dog never wins. If he works that much harder, his ship might come in. He gives it the old heave-ho, signs up his soul and works his hands to the bone. Michael outside looking in. One day management notices him. You've got heart, a lot to give. Bring me sand, take this of all of your heart for the love of a father, only to find your farther and farther. All of your voice for the song of a savior, only to find you're never in favor. All of your working in vain to turn the wind, only to find your fate's predetermined. Push the wind, 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 push the wind. with darkness, he sleeps in her bed. And darkness fills tables with desperate friends. Now you know when hope enters, you've entered the end. At the old time low, ever so kindly softening the blow. Michael outside looking in, Michael outside looking in, Michael outside looking in, Michael outside looking in.
Yeah. Thank you. That sounds great.
Thank you.
So you mentioned your producer John Parrish. Can we talk a little bit more about what the dynamic is like between you two when you work together, and who is bringing what to the table, and what that working relationship looks like in order to create something like Stone Child?
It was a relatively quick process. I think it's safe to say that John is very gentle in nature and also very fluid in terms of letting a process happen without much force or coercion. He kind of just let the songs kind of fall out in terms of their arrangement. So in my experience, it's all in the casting. And so with him as well, it was all about bringing in certain people who would bring ideas that you knew you could trust, would render a positive result. And there was less editing than I've experienced before in the past. There was less chopping and changing. It was kind of like we bring in Jeremy Hogg and he plays this guitar part, and that's the part. It was really quite like that. I will say that as gentle as John is, he also has a kind of a staunch side, where if he, for instance, he was kind of a harsh editor. Like he was. I brought in a bunch of work that I had done, and he just kind of left it on the floor. And I was like, "Hey, man," very, very quietly to myself, because I was trying to figure out how to let him know that my guts were being torn out of my body. I had to go outside and cool off. He was at the mixing desk and just muting things that I had written, very precious. You know, I had written these things, I had become attached to them, and I really thought they were a part of the song. And he was deciding, no, the song is better without them. But also all the time that went into them. So I was feeling that loss of energy, and also my ego was a bit hurt. I had to go outside and calm down. And then I came back inside, and I remember saying something like, "So you're just gonna mute those just like that, are you? You're not gonna talk to me about it," or something like that. And he knew that he was. He knew that I must be experiencing some considerable discomfort. He said something along that line. But what I'm getting at is that when he was really feeling something, for sure, he was going to stick to it. And my take on that was to trust him, because that's why I brought in a producer to listen to this music through his ears, not necessarily through my own in all instances.
Was that the decision to do it in Bristol as opposed to Manchester? Did you decide first that you wanted to do it out of your comfort zone, out of your backyard, and then look for producers in the area? Or did John Parrish lead that decision? Did you know you wanted to work with him, hence you ended up in Bristol?
I would say that one of the important things about record making is to traverse, to take a journey. So making a change was important, but I didn't know how I was going to make the change. So I think I knew I needed to switch it up. And then John Parrish came into the picture. And so making it in England, one is a change. Making it with a new producer, Tony Berg, Blake Mills, etc., held a long period of time with me. And so switching it up was a good time at that point.
Nice. Well, I think you made a number of wonderful decisions. I'm enjoying Stone Child very much, and thank you for bringing the music here today. We've just heard two, and we're about to hear a third from the record. Can you tell us what's last today?
We're going to sing a song called Outside of Eden. On the record, my 12-year-old nephew sings a part. And now Chloe's going to take over for... Oh, actually, Kate, she's going to sing Kate Staples' part. Karana's going to sing Justice's part. This is a sex education song. Okay. What more is there to say about it? Ready? Come shut in, boys, for the girlfriend experience. Enter the code and I'll taste real. I just ate an apple, I'm poised for your kiss. Thank the heavens for true love like this exists, where love like this exists. Tractors, then trains, now enters at a line. The moon's illusion and daddy's eyes, going round the schoolyard from device to device. A feral education to give her what she likes. All alone on the outside of Eden, where love like this exists, where love like this exists, where love like this exists, where love like this exists. Ooh-doo-doo, ooh-doo-doo-doo, outside of Eden. Ooh-doo-doo, ooh-doo-doo-doo, outside of Eden, where love like this exists, where love like this exists. Come shut in, boys, for the girlfriend experience. Enter the code and I'll cry tears. Don't I know the feeling? What you are, I may I. And I need deeper meaning and to be held through the night. Ooh-doo-doo, ooh-doo-doo-doo, outside of Eden. Ooh-doo-doo, ooh-doo-doo-doo, outside of Eden. Ooh-doo-doo, ooh-doo-doo-doo, outside of Eden, where love like this exists, where love like this exists, where love like this exists, where love like this exists. There you go.
Yeah.
Sex education song.
Jessica, thank you so much. Chloe, thank you. Karana, thank you. Wonderful. Have a great show at Mercury tonight. Get something awesome for dinner. There's so many options in that area. And Chloe, have a wonderful show. Have a wonderful supporting show this evening. And best of continued luck on Stone Child. It's out in the world right now. And then it's after Mercury. You're at City Winery in Boston on Saturday night. And then there's California dates in January, including the Wiltern in LA, January 19th, and then the Fox Theater the next night in Oakland. All the dates are up at jessicahoop.com, of course. And thanks for doing this. Come back anytime it makes sense for you. Whenever you're in New York, we'll be here doing this. So come back and hang with us in the tapes. And thank you.
Awesome. Thanks.